Okay, let's do floor 64 today, which is a blue floor, which automatically makes it very, very easy if you happen to have Sukuna. But for those of you guys who don't have Sukuna, don't worry, I do have a solution with blue Gojo as well, but your Gojo need to be a super investor, okay? Start off with Sukuna version. This is going to be straightforward. It's just a standard domain Gojo nuke. You try to go for that domain expansion on turn 3, which is kind of why you see the usual combo of Unity and also Mutual Trust, so that your Toga can actually double stack his skill 2, so your domain Gojo can fully charge up his ult by turn 3. The idea here is that hopefully with better RNG with the enemy targeting, your Toga should actually die on turn 2, so that your Gakko Genji can then come in on turn 3, and this reflection can give him 20 extra curse energy, and that just help you to stack up your debuff a bit more, so that your Sukuna can do his nuke, etc. Now in my gameplay later on, you'll see that my Toga didn't actually die on turn 2, so I had to delay all of my domain expansion by 1 extra turn, because my Toga was only killed off on turn 3, so that's kind of why I only decided to do my domain expansion on turn 4. So depending on which turn your Toga dies, you may just need to adjust the rotation slightly, but either way it's going to be a super easy stage if you do happen to have Sukuna. Now for the other version, which is Blue Gojo, this one it does require your Blue Gojo to be highly invested. Now my Blue Gojo is dupe 5, and you can see his ult and also his skill 3s at level 10. However, I don't have his potential completely unlocked. Well, actually I don't have any of his potential unlocked. So theoretically you can probably get away with a lower dupe or lower skill level if you do actually unlock his potential. So you just probably need to play around to see whether it's going to work for you or not. Now the idea for this strategy is, once again, you want to stack up both your buff, etc., and you want to go for nuke on turn 4. And that's kind of why you have Unity here, so that you can actually nuke or charge up your ult in time on turn 4. Now the role of Gakko Genji is kind of doing your debuff on the first 2 turns, but then afterwards you actually want him to die, because he will run out of curse energy anyway, so you won't actually be able to do anything with him after turn 2. So that's kind of why you actually want him to die on turn 2 by using this Torn Recollection, and then Momo can come in. And because Momo can max stack her buff in just 2 turns, that's going to make it perfect, because then she can just use it on turn 3 and turn 4. She's also going to bring this Mutual Trust Reflection, and the main reason here is that first of all, you will be taking some hits on turn 3, because the enemy will have his special attack, so this can potentially help your Yaga or Momo to survive. And then the other thing is the plus 10 curse energy is actually going to allow your Yaga to continuously buff, and that's also going to be very, very important for your nuke on turn 4. Now as for Blue Ghetto, basically what you want to do is, because his debuff only lasts for 3 turns, so you can just use his skill 1 on turn 1, and then only use his debuff skill on turn 2, turn 3, and turn 4, and this way you can then actually have that max stacked up for when your Blue Gojo actually nuke. Now depending on how much damage you will be doing, or whether you have actually landed a crit, that may be able to kill off both of the enemy, or it may not, and leave a bit of extra HP, which is kind of what happened in my case. And then I just have to do a few more skill 1, and also use the ultimate attack from my Ghetto to actually finish off the enemy. Now if you don't have Ghetto, which I know some people probably skipped him, you can try with Blue Toga instead. Now for Blue Toga, because his debuff actually lasts for 4 turns, you actually do need to start using his skill 3, which is his debuff skill, from turn 1. But the nice thing with Blue Toga is that he has a much shorter ult gauge than Ghetto. So what that basically means is that if you do actually have this Recollection, which can further charge his ult, he can actually charge up his ult fully on turn 4, and then you can actually do a combo attack with Blue Gojo for a bit extra damage as well. So Blue Toga should also in theory work, but once again it's kind of gonna depend on how strong your Blue Gojo is gonna be.
生徒たちの教材にはちょうどいいな。
相手の動きを観察しろ。
勘弁。手加減はしてあげるよ。
どれ。授業を始めよう。
防げ。術式順転。あ。
ほら頑張れ頑張れ。
おかか。やって。
不愉快だ。授業を始めよう。
防げ。術式順転。あ。
ほら頑張れ頑張れ。
おかか。深く。
おっと。マイル。
それじゃおしまいに。
不愉快だ。では教育の時間だ。
領域展開無料空襲。
そうさの。
やっちゃっていいの？
不愉快だ。
授業を始めよう。くらい。
まだまだ。
怯えている。その程度か。
さて、参る。
手加減は
頃合いだな。
行くぞ、総力戦だ。これで払い切る。
領域展開。クマンズス。
行くぞ。
図に乗るな。
くらい。
まだまだ。
相手の隙を見。参る。
手加減はしてあげるよ。
どれ。
授業を始めよう。行くぞ。
術式順。
相手の隙を見逃すな。気は熟したぞ。
やっちゃっていいの？
どれ。
くらい。
術式順転。
怯えている。
授業は終わりだ。
さて。
相手の動きを観察。そうさ。
やっちゃっていいの？
では、教育の時間だ。
やっていられるか。
くらい。
そう焦るなよ。
うっとうしいハエめ。
いまいましい。
やっちゃっていいの？
では、教育の時間だ。
さて、楽しくなってきた。
避けきれるかな。
くらい。よもやこれほどとは。
可愛くないやつばっかりね。舐められるのごめんなし。
やっちゃっていいの？
授業を始めよう。
みんな頑張って。
さて、楽しくなってきた。
避けきれるかな。うっとうしいハエめ。
可愛く
それじゃおしまいにしようか。
では、教育の時間だ。
まずは必要医療。術式判定。赤。
畳みかけよう。隙だらけだよ。
可愛く
やっちゃっていいの？
みんな頑張って。
呪霊操術極の番渦巻き。
そう焦るなよ。
隙だらけだよ。
さて、
舐められ。
手加減はしてあげるよ。
授業を始めよう。
みんな頑張って。
さて、楽しくなってきた。
立っていられるかな。さて。
さて、準備はいい。
準備できて。
手加減はしてあげるよ。
避けきれるかな。
行くぞ、総力戦だ。これで払い切る。
ブスな少年可愛く叩き直す。
行くぞ。
ぶっ潰す。
そう焦るなよ。あ、4時じゃあと頑張ってね。
ハエめ。
変な感じ。
授業を始めよう。
みんな頑張って。
まずは質より量。
わかんない。これでは無謀で。
変な感じ。ぶっ飛ばしちゃって。
すべての呪いを一つ。呪霊操術極の番渦巻き。そろそろ追い込まさせてもらうよ。